Hello and welcome to News 9. I'm Nishita, and first up, the 3rd JMFC court in Belagavi has remanded Appaya Swamy to judicial custody till the 11th of April. Well, Appaya Swamy was arrested for forcibly confining a 7-year-old girl in an underground cell for over 20 days in a village in Belgaum district. Well, in fact, this man, the Appaya Swamy ji, is accused of performing tantric practices on a little girl, a 7-year-old girl. She was smeared with soot and abandoned in a cave as part of Well, in fact, the godman, the self-proclaimed godman, Appaya Swamy, was put to judicial custody after he was accused of performing tantric practices on little children. A 7-year-old girl who was smeared with soot was abandoned in a cave for close to 20 days as part of the tantric practices. And once the video of this custom was released, the police officials had cracked down on this tantric. My colleague Arun joins us with more details on this. Well, Arun, what more can you tell us?
That's right, Nishita. Now it will be an extended jail term for this infamous Swamiji. Remember, he was picked up by the Chikodi police after he tried to burn this particular disciple of his, Nijlingama Devi. Now, apparently, the stint in the jail has not gone down too well with that Swamiji. He seemed to have told some of his disciples and others who met up with him, boasting that he was able to practice yoga and do puja, and there was no power on planet Earth to stop him from attaining higher spiritual realization. And he also said that the aim of actually incarcerating the girl in a cave for over 3 weeks was to actually help to develop her spiritual powers. And he is mocked at what he called as insensitive society's behavior at a person like his approach to life. So the extended jail term perhaps should now make him realize the fact that he cannot take gullible elements in society for a ride, and that there is a space for religion and a space for civic society to function, and that he should not hold any element of society at ransom on the guise of spirituality. So clearly this is a very strong message which is being sent out. Investigations are still continuing, but the process is to actually get rid of such elements in society so that the society becomes a much better place. Remember, this particular girl has been deprived of education. She's been deprived of her childhood. She was put up as an offering by her parents to the mud, and ever since that day she's never had even perhaps a single day of schooling. She does not know what is the formal ways of getting educated, and now begins the painful process of rehabilitation. Remember, this girl, as we speak, is reportedly in a hostel which is run by the Karnataka Women and Child Welfare Department in Belagavi. Now the process of actually getting her back into society and ensuring that she has whatever little is left of her childhood, and that she spends it in a very fruitful manner, Nishchita.
Right, thank you for joining us with all those details there, Arun. Now the judicial custody of this man who's a self-proclaimed godman has been extended. This man that you see in television screens has been accused of performing tantric rituals on hapless young children. Moving on now, a car rammed into a stationary lorry, killing one person and seriously injuring 5 others. The incident occurred in Makli in Nelamangala. The injured have been rushed to the nearby Sanjeevani hospital. It is said that there were 6 persons travelling in the car at the time, 4 women, 2 men and a child. They were said to be travelling from Tumkur to Bengaluru when the accident took place. These were the gory scenes that were witnessed in Nelamangala, where one person was killed and 5 others injured in this horrific crash of a car with a stationary truck. We can see the front portion of the car completely opened up as it crashed with this truck in Nelamangala today. One of the occupants of the car has been killed, whereas 5 others have been injured. This is a Maruti Omni van, and hence the impact on the passengers is even more severe whenever it comes to a crash. Five others have been grievously injured in this horrific crash, but one person has tragically lost his life in the incident. It is not known as to why exactly such a crash took place. So what was the reason behind the Maruti Omni crashing head-on with a stationary lorry, whether it was a mistake on part of the driver or whether there was an infrastructural issue. The horrific incident there coming to light from Nelamangala, where this gory accident that is seen on television screens has managed to grievously injure 6 passengers. The incident took place when the Maruti Omni van crashed head-on with a stationary truck. But some grievous injuries that have been sustained by the passengers. Well, the Supreme Court dismissed a centre's petition seeking review of the judgment commuting death penalty to life imprisonment of Rajiv Gandhi assassination case convicts Murugan, Santan and Pararivalan. In the short order dismissing the centre's review petition, a 3-judge bench headed by Chief Justice of India observed that the court found no merit in the review petition. The apex court order comes as a relief to the 3 convicts whose death sentence had been commuted to life in prison. Santan, Pararivalan and Murugan had petitioned in the apex court against their death sentence, arguing that there had been an exceptional delay in the decision on their mercy pleas. Even as the Congress frowned upon this decision of the Supreme Court, it had filed a review petition in the apex court, and now the apex court has said that they do not find any merit in the review petition that has been filed by the government, and hence the death penalty will be commuted to a lifer. And well, customers may soon be spared penalties for not maintenance of minimum balances in saving accounts, with Reserve Bank of India asking banks to cut down services on low balance accounts and do away with fines. Banks, however, say the new regime will lead to higher charges and services for customers. RBI said that it proposes to frame comprehensive consumer protection regulations based on domestic experience and global best practices. Many account holders who maintained dormant accounts which were short of 10,000 rupees insisted on by most private banks found that their balances had vanished, as the bank had deducted a penalty every quarter for not maintaining adequate balance. Well, in fact, this could come as a huge relief to bank account holders, as the minimum balance that is required by most private banks could be done away with, as the RBI has held a new regime, has gone on to ask the private banks to not keep the penalty on a minimum balance. This, however, could increase the service rates put forth by the bank. Well, in the major blow to investigations in the murder case of TCS techie Esther Anuya, forensic lab report has shown no traces of the prime accused Chandrabhan Sanap's DNA on the body of the victim. Sources say that this means the case would be based on circumstantial evidence alone and statements from witnesses. Also, Anuya's laptop, which Sanap allegedly flung from a moving train and could have acted as crucial evidence in the case, is untraceable. Anuya worked with the TCS as a software engineer and lived in Andheri. She had gone home to meet her family for Christmas in Machilipatnam on the 22nd of December. She landed in Mumbai on the 5th of January at LTT, after which she went missing. Esther's family members found her charred remains on the 16th of January from the bushes near Tata Nagar colony in Mumbai. Well, in fact, the investigations in the Esther Anuya case have hit a major roadblock as per the report, there seems to be no DNA samples of the prime accused on Esther's body. Esther's body was found close to 10 days after she went missing in Mumbai's Tata colony. Also, the laptop which Esther had allegedly lost when her perpetrator flung it off a moving train has not been found, and that could have proved to be crucial evidence. However, it is being said that there is CCTV footage from the terminus that clearly shows that Chandrabhan Sanap was the last one to leave the area around where Esther was found dead. And while the Banchankari police have arrested a 23-year-old man for stealing gold from a house in Padmanabhanagar on the 29th of March. The police arrested Narsimha Reddy after an investigation into the case. They have been able to recover gold and diamond necklaces worth 35 lakh rupees. Well, the police officials have managed to recover jewelry worth 35 lakh rupees from two accused who have been taken into custody after they were caught red-handed trying to steal gold jewelry from a house in Padmanabhanagar. Police officials also believe that there could be a larger nexus involved in this crime, as gold worth 35 lakh rupees has now been recovered from the thieves.